After over 4 years of warfare, all capable adults have been serving on the front lines. Still, it isn't enough. Even though those who aren't capable to fight or who are too young or too old are running the factory and assembly lines at home, and the whole country being in a state of total war, we are still running out of manpower. To a degree, this is due to the fact that we have almost 50,000 of our people garrisoning the various areas where we are facing resistance. And yet we are this close to occupying all the lands that have a native Finnish sentiment to some degree. And we will need to still work towards the grand unification and getting to the empire of Finno-Ugria. That said, in that regard, we are currently working on the Unite Karelia focus, which isn't necessary to do anything because it just gives us a conquer goal against the Soviet Union. But we're going to need that as a prerequisite to unite the Finnic identity. And that requires us to have a 60% compliance, which we don't have at this point. So the best we've got is 40% compliance over here in the north and over here in these territories that have been occupied. So the rest still needs some work, and to a degree this is down to us actually using local police force, which reduces the garrison requirement quite a bit, which is one reason why we're actually running this. So I'm not sure we're going to get off that anytime soon. In the air, we are having 3 fighter wings contesting the lower Baltic. I don't think there's anything going on right now, so I'm going to let these 3 wings recover because they are pretty low at this point, and we'll just let them sit. The upper Baltic also, we've got 9 Swedish torpedo bombers out in the air. The rest is our naval bombers focusing very heavily. We've got the close air support wings up in the air here, but they are we can actually get them off missions as well. That's just to deal with localized naval invasions and to assist in the area. And we've got 2 more naval bombers here who don't technically really have the range to do anything sensible. But we might swap them out. So I think the fighters have the fighter wings have a better range at this point. So we'll send the fighters north and we'll send the naval bomber wings here. And they remain on their naval strike mission. All right, the submarine forces have, well, we can't really use them to run any kind of attacks because there's literally just too much of a navy on the way. So instead we're using the 2nd Squadron for mining purpose. And I think we can just, because we're building the newer Kalev M class of submarine, but we can also just refit the older submarines. So if we are going to make that the Kalev OM, then we can just switch that to mine laying. I don't think we can switch that one out. No, we cannot. So we'll just do that and save that design, which means the original Kalev is now outdated and we should be just able to refit the 1st Squadron. Yes, so we'll just grab all of these and then we will refit them to the Kalev OM class. Gives our dockyard something to do. Meanwhile, we're contesting anything from the air because naval invasions have become a bit of a problem. And we have been facing some massive naval invasions. So right now there's a minor invasion here going on of some French divisions near Königsberg. That's not of much concern. However, the American troops have disappeared pretty much. I mean, there's one division here, but they've pretty much disappeared from the front lines. And we have started seeing an American coastal artillery railway gun here in Sweden. So I wonder if they are refocusing their efforts somewhat. And I don't know how many of them are actually still attacking the Soviets. But Soviet Union is relatively far towards capitulation. and not having the greatest of hopes here that the Soviets are still going to be lasting an awful lot longer, which would be a bit of a problem on top of everything else. But yeah, we have to be very careful with potential naval invasions. That said, for now, we have divisions in place to close off and secure the border near Trondheim. And I'm a little concerned about the south here, because we are very open. We've got some divisions here to reinforce the ports. I might actually send these divisions further south, just because this is not a very defensible position here. So maybe we'll just position them there, just to have some additional firepower. We've got another assault division up here in the north if we need it. Supply-wise, yeah, we've actually lost our supply connection because this was recently invaded. So we are going to need a backup railway connection here. So let's make that happen. That is that one. And then we're building the port here. Which is going to supply this area. The problem, obviously, I'm having is that we are very much out of supply, and we're a bit overstretched here. So we will just have to dig in for now and see if we can actually hold this. The problem is we're completely out of supply. Yeah, supply start at 6%. So I am inclined almost to remove this front line here from the first army. There we go. And potentially just fall back behind the river line for now. We do need to capture this terrain eventually. The problem is that they obviously have supply coming out of Stockholm and Norrköping. So these two are going to be supplying the southern front here, which means there's not an awful lot that that they're going to have in terms of problems with supply, and we are very much out of supply. This is still going to take until August 18. What if we switch that back to, because I really need to construction engineering. That is for is that for naval base construction. So that would give us a 10% construction speed. Yeah, we're trying to get the Unite Karelia done. We're only 12 days in. So I might change it and switch back to construction engineering, and that speeds things up by 2 days. So that can make all the difference sometimes. But yeah, I'm mildly concerned that we're overstretched in the south here. So I might actually. We'll have to finish off Trondheim first, and then we can work on defeating the rest of these troops here. The majority of the remaining Swedish army is here, plus some supporting divisions from others. But as tempting as it looks to be able to break through here and finish these off, I think we will potentially not have the space with these guys attacking from the south. And if the Americans are landing here in force to use their railway batteries, then things might get very hairy very quickly here. So yeah, I think we have overstretched here somewhat. That's a lake. Yeah, that's a lake. So we might fall back just to this is sort of a defensible position for now, because we can't exploit this. We don't have the supply, and right now the range is of these is relatively short, and that is probably also due to the they might just be constrained by the supply bottleneck, by the railway bottlenecks actually. So next question would be, where is that bottleneck? That is the bottleneck here. So that line from along the coast here, that's a level 1 railway all the way through. So that's not an awful lot of supply that trickles through there in the first place. The problem is I do have to focus my industry also on finishing off the AA. And I'm actually going to deprioritize the rest of it, I think, because I do want to get back to the fortifications. We might need to have to just put in a quick round of repairs. Probably. How are we on trains? We're good on trains at this point, so I'm gonna schedule a quick round of railway repairs, just to make sure that we get all of them back into shape, and that's the repair queue. Then we need to reprioritize the port because that still needs to happen first, and obviously this one. But once that's done, we can go through a quick we don't know that radar, through a quick repair queue, and then we'll get back to working on the state level AA. Okay, so in 4 days we've got that back, and we are constructing an alternate route. But this railway here actually really needs to be upgraded. So for now, I think we have overstretched here. I am just going to fall back the divisions here across the river line, and we might just fall back for now. Can we? Okay, that's actually falling back there. All right, we'll hold here for now, but we might have to fall back behind the river for a more defensible line and hope that we can finish this off. And we'll have to keep an eye out on naval invasions. That said, we are probably in a... Oh yeah, and our war support is getting too low. I have been thinking of changing the conscription law to scraping the barrel, but I do need 85% war support for that, which would give us an extra 5% recruitable population, which we might have to do, but it's obviously going to further hurt all the construction, factory output and everything else. So... not a good thing. We can't train anything anymore, but we do have some divisions ready here to potentially launch an attack here. We've got the mountain divisions. How is their planning? 24%. We're gonna have to wait anyway until supply is ready. So once the supply is ready, then we can launch that assault there. And in the meantime, we're just going to have to keep an eye open for further naval invasions. And we'll see if we can... We'll just have a look at what we can sink here. Oh, the submarines have been attacked by the Swedish... Why are we not shooting these down? We should be able to shoot these down. We might not have the... we don't have the air detection. That's another problem. We're going to need radars to get the air detection going. Oh yeah, another thing that I wanted to check. So the naval bombers we're building right now, the Cirque, the Mark I Cirque, they have float planes, and that's for submarine detection. So I wonder if we can build a better, actually, the refits aren't going to happen until I actually schedule them. So that should do it, right? And then we'll put it back to everything. Okay, there we go. So now the refits are going to go through. What was I doing? Yes, I wonder if we can design ourselves a better aircraft. So if we are taking the... let's take the advanced small airframe. Let's see what that would look like. If we give it torpedo mounting, whatever engine we need. What's the difference in... The difference in IC is not that massive. I mean, it is noticeable, but let's see what it's going to look like. So we are obviously going to put the... the floats are just really good for... It reduces the speed significantly, obviously, because drag. We're going to put the non-strategic materials in there. And what else do we... Because we actually have air-ground radar. Now, air-ground radar is, because we have researched the radar text, I mean, we don't need air-to-air radar, but air-to-ground radar reduces the night penalty by 40% and gives us 20 surface detection. So that hopefully makes it easier for them to actually spot enemy things over the ocean. And none of this reduces aluminium. None of this uses extra aluminium. The problem is obviously that these guys use, and this frame uses an extra aluminium. So let's compare that to the Mark 1 Cirque. We definitely have better range. I would love to have the better range, honestly. We could even throw, hang on. So that would be, if we compare that, the agility would be even worse. Oh no, sorry, this is the new one. So we'd have better agility, better air defense. We would have better surface detection, because they only get 5 surface detection from, I think, from the original design, but this would be a better surface detection. And we could even give them a better range. Hang on. How do they compare to the Mark II Larkas? Those things have a 720 kilometer range, and the Mark III 1100. Yeah. See, the thing is, we are from here. We can't really cover all of the upper Baltic Sea, so that's probably affecting. I mean, our mission efficiency isn't bad, but it might somewhat. It could still be better. So let's see. Let's just make that design. How are we on aluminium actually? I think we are short. Yes, we are short 4 on aluminium and 2 on rubber at this point. We can. I do want to prioritize, and we're starting to have a sufficient amount of support equipment. So I'm going to deprioritize the support equipment. Yep. And the Mark II Larkas, we are still needing for reinforcement, but I can actually prioritize the Cirques. Now, we don't have an awful lot of production efficiency, so this might not be a terrible idea to just switch the design out. So if we were to use the advanced small airframe and give this torpedo mountings, let's see what engine we need, but we definitely want the air-to-ground radar, and we want the non-strategic materials, and we could even we could add that's plus 15% range. The drop tanks. The drop tanks would give them even longer range. They'd be a bit more expensive, but we actually have the. So if we put better engine in there, I mean that would be excessive thrust. They'd be significantly faster, but we could probably get away with. I mean, that'd be like a speed of 800. I don't know how important the speed is for naval attacks, but if these were on a specialized naval strike mission, they'd get the night penalty reduction. They would, and they get 20 plus 20 surface detection, which would be quite significant. The problem, obviously, is that these are going to cost. Well, let's put them like that, and Cirque Mark II. So I've got I can play around a little bit, and yes, obviously not that, because that's not what they look like. Do we have a slightly more? They're not jet aircraft, but they are some form of torpedo aircraft. So let's see what we can find, what looks reasonably like it. That doesn't look terrible. Have I used that already? I haven't. Perfect. Okay, so that would be the Mark II Cirque naval bomber. And these would cost 2 aluminium for a cost of almost 32 compared to the 24 of the Mark I Cirques. Now, one thing I want to try is we just create a variant of the Mark 1 Circ and replace the Circ Mark 1A and replace the floats with not the air-to-air radar, with the this is for strategic bombing, air-ground radar. This one. So that would somewhat improve these, a bit on the cost of a bit more weight, but we could even refit existing ones into that. So let's save that as well. So we've got the. We could switch to the, and I think I'm going to switch to the Circ Mark 1As, and these obviously need to be now the same thing, but without the. This looks close enough. There we go. So this would be the Mark 1As with the radar instead of the instead of the instead of the floats. That's what I was trying to say. Okay, so hang on. Let's compare the two very quickly. So if we are looking at that and compare that to the Circ Mark II, then the Mark II is is faster, but has a significantly better range. And if we are, and obviously we don't see that, but the same kind of naval type. So the range is probably a decent factor here. What if could we give them drop tanks? That would give them 1,200 kilometers range, but then we are almost talking about the same production cost. The difference being the aluminium. That said, I am not that strained for aluminium anymore because I don't really care about the support equipment that much at this point, because we've got everything pretty much everything sorted. So we could switch. I mean, these use 10 aluminium. We would be, how much aluminium do we have? We have 20 aluminium. So effectively we would be using 10, 10, 10, and then had no aluminium left for anything else. So, and it looks like we need to repair some infrastructure somewhere. But how much rubber do we have? 23 rubber. So that should be okay. So let's switch, not this one. Let's switch the Circ Mark 1s into the Mark II Circs, because these are just having the much better range, and that allows us to operate operate further afield. And these should get the priority in terms of aluminium over the. Can I get that to happen? There we go. So why do the Mark II Larkers only take? Okay. Anyway, these guys get the priority. The Mark II Circs weren't. Hang on. We don't need you. Were the Mark II Larkers not? Oh, I'm actually not building the Mark III Larkers at all. That's because that's a CAS, that's why. So the Mark II Larker is still the improved airframe. So the Mark III Larkers is the CAS is the only one using the advanced airframe, right? Okay, I gotcha. No, that's fine. That should be okay. And we will actually shift. I think I can shift. No, actually, I'll leave it as is. We have enough artillery, to be honest, but I'd rather stockpile stuff than to. We can yeah. No, we'll keep stockpiling. We're producing. We might convert some divisions later. It's fine to stockpile that. Okay, so that's fine for now. What's our resource looking like? Not resistance. Resource map. Are we having damage? Because most of our aluminium comes from Leningrad, I think. Where else are we actually extracting any aluminium? There is aluminium here in the north, but I don't think we have access to that quite yet. So we might capture a bit more of Norway if the necessity arises. But for now, let's do it like that. And okay, I think we are pretty aligned, and now we just need to hold. We just need to hold until 16th of August, which is going to be a couple of weeks. But we can launch the attack here once the supply is sorted. Okay. Lots of things to sort out, and we do obviously have to keep an eye on future naval invasions, because as we can see, they are parking their forces there. That's destroyers. I'm just keeping an eye out. This is all destroyers and stuff. I'm just keeping an eye out for convoys, and hopefully we can sink some troop convoys. That was a destroyer. Whoa! There's a carrier out here. HMS Glory, and another four carriers. I think we got off lightly here. So that's that. This is gonna take still 2 more days, and then we should have the supply under control again. I believe I did ask you to fall back here. Yes. I might just get this division to fall back as well. From the south. Yeah, let's just defend here along the river line for now. And until we have the supply restored in the north. I don't think we have the fighting power to break through here yet. I mean, it'd be kind of tempting to attempt an assault here. But I don't think these divisions are as out of they could be. I mean, it might be possible, but that's three places that we would have to assault to capture them. We'll start with this, and sealing of Trondheim is going to be the first priority. Just fall back in for now into more defensible positions in the south, while we are sinking. Yes, American convoys, please sink them. These must be. Oh, here we go. Naval invasions. All right, where are they? Who are you? And that's another convoy. Unfortunately, damaging doesn't help them. Where are you naval invading? Okay, hang on. Because we've got plenty of Americans here again. Oh, and they are sending reinforcements to Stockholm. So it looks like the Allies are reinforcing this front line here. We might not even be able to hold this, to be honest, until we've completed that. Let's see, we get this division to return there. I'm actually going to send another division south here, just over here actually, just to hold the line, because they're coming under railway gun bombardment, and if they're starting to reinforce massively through Stockholm, then things might get bad for us sooner than I was hoping for. Another day, but where are they naval invading? They are naval invading in Norway. Okay, that's bad. That's going to be near Trondheim, but at least we've got some forces here ready to counter that. They're naval invading in Finland. That is going to be Helsinki, yeah. So we'll leave... yeah, they usually land here, so we'll leave 2 divisions here, that's fine. The thing is that the naval invasions are getting so large now that I actually have to do force concentrations just to counter them. And in northern Sweden, where is that going exactly? Okay, at Luleå is where they are going to attack. So in that case, I am going to divert these 2 divisions already north to hold, because this is wedged between 2 rivers. So if they're landing on the side of the river, we don't have an easy way to counterattack. So where are the railways? And that is potentially an essential railway. We do have this route, however, that should work through the north. But not all the way, because we're missing a connection here. Yeah, unfortunately this is a relatively essential railroad, so we'll probably want to have 1 division on this side and the other division on the other side. Let's get them to dig in already. So that's going to be, we'll see how this we should hopefully be able to deal with. We can pull some troops from the surrounding areas, but not too many. So hopefully the two assault divisions are going to be enough. No idea where they're going to land here. I mean, if they're trying to take Trondheim, which they might, that would be something. Actually, we're getting attacked here. Yeah, I don't think they're going to get through that. Who's attacking us? The Swiss. All right. The citizen militia. Wow. You're far from home for a militia. But this one is concerning me because that has the potential to cut our supply lines. In fact, I might actually divert one of these divisions to reinforce the flank. Yeah. Let's get one of these divisions. I'll give you a fallback line over there. So move, get over there, take the trains, please. Counter that invasion in northern Sweden, southern Norway, and Finland. Okay. And we will hold in the south, and we will wait until we get to the point of getting our... It's one more day, and then we get our supply back, and then we can launch the assault. It gives everybody some time to dig in their defensive positions prior to the naval invasions, and it hopefully gives our planes a bit of time. Yeah, sink these convoys, don't just damage them. Gives our planes some time to dealing with the convoys. Okay. So, divisions are getting into position. Supplies should be restored now. Why don't we have a supply connection from capital? We should have. We have here. There we go. Okay, supply has been restored. So far we're holding in the south. Although I've just seen that they've reinforced the lines here. So if they sent more divisions in, and yeah, there are some American divisions here now as well. Let's finish off this. Let's finish off this this assault here. So we'll take 4 divisions, actually 3 divisions, and start the attack here. Why can I not do so? 3 divisions. There we go. Attack here, and then support that from the trenches, and then we'll try to get them cut off there. And in the meantime, yeah, we're falling back to defensible positions here, just to stay within reach of our supply, which has gotten a little better, but I would still have hoped for more supply coverage. That might be due to the railway lines. Another set of convoys, 6 convoys. That's not good. That's a lot of American troops on the way. So we definitely do need to keep an eye on when they're starting and react accordingly. That's another convoy down. Nice. Keep sinking them. If they're sinking, we don't need to... Hang on. Are they now... Oh, they're planning another one here as well. In that case... oh, we've got 3 divisions here on training. Of the former 1st Airborne. In which case I might actually already stop the training exercises for these guys and send 1 division south here. Just so we have an equal amount ready to counter. Yeah, that's new. Southern Norway happening, northern Sweden happening, we're ready, and Finland we're hopefully ready as well. Okay. And here it looks like we are fighting the Belgians in the mountains, but it looks like our mountaineers should be able to deal with them if possible. It's French convoys. It looks like they're sending troops through Stockholm, so if we can't hold this, we might have to even abandon this. But ideally, we'd hold this until the port was ready, which is going to be August 16. So could get close. We'll find out. But first, let's focus on this this event here and see if we can break these Belgians in this position. You can, once you've got you've regained some fighting power, you can get back on the attack. Sunk another American convoy. Good. That's all troops we don't need to deal with. Keep pressing the attack, please. I would love to get these out of there. That might be harder than it looked. So let's get another division south here and see if we can reinforce that assault a little bit. But yeah, we've got some Swiss dug in there and they are pretty well defended. I think we're not breaking that at this point. Okay, let's stop the assault. Wait for another division to join, and then we'll try that again, because we can't really take the losses anymore at this point either. That's a mixed, lots of convoys. I think they are reinforcing the south here. That is what I'm assuming. That's just a patrol group. And we have enough to start exhorting heroism, because we definitely need our war support to go up. So let's get everybody recovered. We'll wait for one more division here. In fact, actually, that division can move this way and be on that front line. Okay, you move over there. And then we'll try that again. We are being attacked here. Yep, American troops are starting to show up along the lines there. Not a fan of that. And they are definitely keen. The Swiss are pretty keen on the assault here now, especially with the American gun support. So fortify the front lines. This is going to take forever. Can I railroad you there? That goes a little bit faster. How do these naval invasions look? Finland, that naval invasion. Where are you going? I have no clue. But why are you going there? Just stay where you are, I guess? That's not something you need to defend anyway. Okay, we've got troops here in place to counter that naval invasion. We've got troops in place, anyway, and here we've got troops in place as well. Yeah. Okay, how are my submarines doing? Okay, refitting, they're all refitting, so we'll just leave them be for now and wait for these divisions to be in place. Okay, now they're in place, and we will wait for some shuffling. We'll wait for these divisions to recover their strength. Meanwhile, we have closed the lines here, and they are definitely attacking here. So it's good that we're already sending reinforcements over. In fact, we can already send one of these divisions over here just to help with the defense. As long as it's just one division, I'm not too concerned, but these convoys might have been reinforcing Stockholm. And we will launch another assault here as soon as everyone's ready and recovered, and we'll try to clear up that near Trondheim. And yep, they're attacking on both lines now, so they are definitely getting braver. And yes, the Swiss are very eager. The Swiss are very eager. The problem is without supply, and we're already in August, but without supply it's going to be really hard to hold this. It's another convoy down, nice. It's more American troops that are not going to land. And these divisions are still recovering. These divisions are pretty much ready. How far is their planning speed? Planning speed not yet. We could use a staff. Let's use a staff office plan to just get the planning speed up. While we are definitely now in a defensive position here. While we are getting ready to try and hold this. We have failed to sink. Oh no, these are just warships. Honestly, if I could just get them to focus on convoys instead of leave the warships alone, I would. So let's get the planning bonus up for these guys. And for these ones as well. And then we... Oh! There is the... Hang on. What? this was never even told. I was never even told about this. That's 21 American divisions attacking here. That's a problem. Okay, we are going to need to pull. That is a problem. Okay, so these divisions, I am gonna need. Okay, this is a big problem. That's 21 American divisions trying to land here. And oh, we could have, if we had sunk some of these convoys, that would have been so much help. That is a massive problem. Now, I don't think they can take the port, but they're not just gonna, we've got 7 divisions landing on the port, which means the other ones are gonna land next to the port, which means they are going to start cutting our supply lines here very quickly, which means I am going to have to railroad these divisions here and hope that we're in time to help with the defense. We'll also already move these divisions over to try and assist here with the defense. Okay, that I was not prepared for, because that didn't even register, unless I missed it. But I'm only seeing these plans, but I've never seen the southern. Hang on a minute. Where are you telling me exactly this is happening? This isn't here. This is happening here. Or is this a different naval? Okay, I'm confused now, but this seems to be a different naval invasion. So I think they have misdirected us. Ooh, that could be very painful. Anyway, I think I'll leave the episode here. Hard fight ahead, I think. We are seeing more and more American troops now showing up. So this is going to be a hard fight ahead. And if they manage to land here in force, that means we'll probably have to abandon up to this line and just focus on pushing them back into the ocean. I mean, that's a significant force of troops if they can land them. But we'll have to try and do something about that if possible. They have too many fighters up in the air that we can't really effectively use our CAS wings here. We've got 3 fighter wings which have nothing to do, because there are a small amount of fighters active here, but we could redirect the CAS and the fighters and at least try and assist from the north. I might just try that. Let's send the close air wings over there and get them to do close air support on the ground here as much as they can. Might as well try. We'll see if we can hold this. But yeah, this is going to get interesting, and I'll leave that for next episode. That's it for me today. Thanks everybody, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.